Good afternoon and welcome to the big one. This is the gold medal match of the Victorian Ultimate Championship, contended by Melbourne Carnage, part of the Hoss Club, versus the newcomers, the debutantes, the Craigieburn Pelicans. The teams have flipped. Pelicans are to your left of screen. They will be pulling. Melbourne Carnage to your right. They'll be receiving. Both teams out of Victoria. The Pelicans dispatched Quoll in a close game, but did some strong work just out of half to win by about 4. And Carnage, similar story, getting over the Dragon Slayers. They had their run, their D run just prior to take half. So both teams show that they can put a couple on in a row, which suggests to me that even if there's a little 2-3 point separation, neither team will drop their head. I think we're in for a real, genuine humdinger. My name's Andrew Moroney. I'll shortly be joined by Daisy Medic. For now, you're stuck with me as we see that first one land in, and it's David Knight getting things underway straight away. And Jakey not going to die wondering. First point, has a look. Can't get it off. There's Jake Williams with that throw. And we'll get a first look at the Pelicans offense, the break. And that one down. So early turns. Grand final nerves. Stream game, gold medal game. You know who won't be overawed by the nerves? It's this man, Jared Cowan. Picks up, throws a goal to Chris Rabber. Jared Cowan, fresh off a stint in the Masters. Back to Australia via a 5-month ski trip, if you don't mind. Must be good life if you can get it. So see this first throw, just had a fingertip to it, couldn't reel it in. And that one, if not hitting the ground, not able to be grasped. And then finally finished off by Mr. Cowan. Low release flick, Waller keeping his foot down to give Carnage their first hold, first point of the game. So Carnage hold, dirty hold, but a hold nonetheless. We're going to see their defensive line. The message from the coaching staff of Carnage, apparently not too elaborate. Catch the disc. There are a few more expletives used in that. But sometimes these heads of state boys, can't give them too much information. You just got to keep it simple. As we see Jordan Hassler with the pull. And it'll be the Pelicans coming out in what looks like a horo. Some form of pick, I think there is. There's Moriarty getting picked off. That one just turning over a little bit on Brown Jr., on the young Brown. And this one now going long. Nice early shot. Both players with the sit, and it's somehow, I don't know how, they're embracing and hugging. That one reeled in by Michael Caffra.
Looked like Pelicans had it.
Oh, I thought so too. It was Alex Nee with the put. That disc, I reckon, will be half tacoed as well.
Yeah. So what that looked like...
Liam Smith. Liam Smith happy to give the goal. Nice spirit.
Yeah.
Agreement from both teams.
Exciting.
And so Carnage take an early 2-0 lead, unconventionally, you'd say.
Yeah. That was an unusual kind of catch at the end, but as you said, good spirit all round, and Carnage lead.
2-0, guys.
Good to see a lot of Hoss teams in the finals. Phoenix, Carnage. That's your old club.
Is my old club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Started it. Oh, one of the people that started
Oh, really?
it. Yeah. One
That's-
of
that's-
8 of us went down to the Pancake Parlour one night and decided we wanted to do our own thing. So that's where the club started.
It's huge
I believe
success.
there's still a bill waiting from that night to the Pancake Parlour. Someone may have forgotten to pay the bill. So apologies to the Pancake Parlour in Doncaster if it's still going. And if it's not, we know why. So the pool goes up. And Craigieburn, they go, Pelicans go. It's coup. It's a 2-on-1. Bobbles out. Dan Cullen doing some work with Jordan Hassler. Looks back to Dan Cullen. Dan charges up the line. Just coming back. And a great inside break across. That's really nice. They keep the break flow going. Alex Nee decides not to put another specky. Max Bernhoff gets the turn. Hassler bids, can't bring it back. So Craigieburn Pelicans will get another go at it.
Oh, nice grab.
Ooh.
Oh.
And a foul call. Yeah, Liam Nickel getting a little bit of attention.
That's a really good grab from Pelicans.
So it was Nickel and Dan Cullen making contact, so that's why both players have to go back. Dan Cullen coming off a Masters campaign himself late last year. To Beau Brown, the young progeny of the Kelly Brown family. A huge disc. A huge D, Alex Nee.
Oh.
Getting horizontal. Ratcheting up the
lovely.
pressure a little bit here. Jordan Hassler. He then uncorks a big backhand. And a nice read
How nice was that?
from Noah Carson. Stopped and propped, knew where the drop zone was. And that's a big, big point, giving Melbourne Carnage a 3-0 buffer. They've jumped out just like that. Craigieburn not looking bad, not doing anything wrong, but Carnage maybe just doing too many things right. And it was Alex Nee lifting the team with a huge bid. Great one-on-one marking, then picks the inside track, goes from the outside to the inside, gets Horo. Gets the turn.
Carnage brought a lot of energy to the previous game where we saw Phoenix have a win. So it looks like they've brought some of that energy into this game as well.
And it was a strong up the line from Hassler. And threw in the power position. But he was the final part. Was picking the drop zone. Nickel kind of moving back, expecting that just to carry as it's tended to do. And Kafra saying, right, if you're going back, I'm going under. I'm going to make this force this disc to go under me. Took the inside position. It was Carson, not Kafra.
Yep.
And just like that, it is 3-zip. So can Craigieburn steady the ship, get on the board?
Nice cut there.
Moriarty at the brick mark. Sees an open one, and I don't know if that was Deed or it was either an inferred pressure D or actually getting the D. That was Dan Cullen. And Hassler walking to the disc. I'll set up in that side stack. Both dumps go up the line. Dan off the arrowhead off the front. Gets the dump to go up the line. Next cut comes from the front of the stack. So Carnage looking pretty well drilled here. They know what their teammates are doing. Fakes the around, goes inside, but that one's a turn. So good pressure from Craigieburn.
Good.
Made life hard, made Carnage work away from their structures eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Great pressure from the Pelicans.
And this looks more positive from Craigieburn. They've got it to the halfway mark. Travel call, play on. Dump goes up the line. No one's really filling yet. Then they get two.
Great grab.
But this is Noah Carson this time. Reading that play, snaffling it. Dump goes up the line. Jordan Hassler grabs it. Has power position. No one goes. So he's happy to cycle it around. Carson bobbles. Then gets one over the back. And that's well done by Buckman.
Tight defense from Buckman.
Yep, created that pressure. Had he not been as close, Carson may have had a second bite at it. But as it stands, he didn't. So Craigieburn, another crack. Tom Bissett, nice one-hand grab. Using those Bunnings Warehouse gloves. Seem to be all the rage now. You see these? You know these gardening gloves?
Yeah.
It's like $4 at Bunnings.
I'd find it difficult to throw in them, but doesn't seem to be the case for Gaz. Oh.
And this one coming out wide. Kind of caught a second bit of air, so both players had more of a bid than they thought, but had made some incidental contact with one another. And it'll be Dan Cullen with the disc. First throw goes off. He motions the dump up the line, but that's picked off.
Oh, no.
And Bissett again, not being able to connect, and now they're going to go run and gun the other way. Noah Carson now using a bit of throw and go on his own. Gets a low inside break. That's a lovely throw to Jordan Hassler. Seen his fair share of teams over the years. Carson, inside break. This one too much. That first one, perfect. This one too much. So Carnage does look like they're setting up. And we're going to see a timeout. First timeout. Craigieburn Pelicans want to take a breather, organise their offensive structures, see if they can get on the board. We'll come back on the other side of this to see if they can do it.
Imagine waking up here, where you awaken your curiosity and immerse yourself in learning and reflection. Where every meal becomes a journey of discovery, savouring the unique flavours of our culinary landscape. Where creativity is unleashed, leading you to art galleries and hidden spaces. Lose yourself in the charm of our streets and laneways, each corner offering a new adventure. Whenever you visit Bendigo, you're bound to get lost in discovery.
back from a timeout break. Melbourne Carnage are up 3-0 against the Craigieburn Pelicans in this VUC gold medal match. Seen a lot of high intensity in this match so far. Pelicans will start with the disc. Got a nice clear stack down the field. See how they start. Nice cover there from Carnage. Nice put up the line. Lovely to Gary. Gaz, lovely long put from Gaz. Looking up, oh, just out. Just leaning out. It was a nice long look there. Nice grab there from Gaz. Looking long. Just drifts out. But a good look. Carnage will take the throw in. Looks like it went out. A little up the field. Cullen to start with the disc. On the sideline. Engaging the dump early. 39 filling the space. Nice swing to our side of the field here. Carnage creating some nice cuts from their stack. Hey Moz.
No dump. Nice.
Oh. Good bid from Hallisay. Carnage are providing a lot of options, a lot of cuts. Moving it well, just missed that. Just didn't quite complete.
So Dinkelberg. This looks a bit better, Daisy, from the Pelicans.
Yeah. Clear setup. Making space. Oh, great D.
Hello. Dan Cullen, welcome to the game. Gonna get a great look at it here. Leading his man to it. Getting the D. So Melbourne Carnage probably just with the edge on some of these bids. They get a bit more horror than the Pelicans. Alisar.
Oh, good grab.
That's Jack Heron. So they're doing it the hard way, Carnage, but making it work. Jeez, Heron. To Halassa. Halassa goes, breaking backhand, and that is middle of the next field. Well, I don't know who you're looking at, Geordie. That's on you, champ. Looking at the sidelines, and why did you guys do that? Reminds me when I'm playing golf and I just shank one off the tee and I look around, oh yeah, that was someone else's fault.
Yeah. No, the wind definitely got under that as well.
Wind got under it, yeah.
Majorly.
So, one of the longer points now, 20 minutes in. This is the longest point of the lot. Got questions around Jared Cowney is out there today through one of the first goals of the game. Oh, as we see, another inside break from Heads of State. This time it's Michael Caffra.
Great defensive block there, or block tap. Right on the end zone. Carnage they're not stopping, they're just attacking. Any error, they just fight right back. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Just like that. Geordie finding it a bit easier that time. Little fist bump.
Nice work from Lai Jin Ray. Good early cut.
So a good response from the Pelicans, making it a bit harder. Carnage able to respond and establish a 4-0 lead.
A great
First 20
start.
minutes of this game. Up. No. Yeah. I mean, so yes is the answer, but I won't. Okay. Try and disappear pretty out. Ready to go. All right, so Carnage enjoying jumping out to a 4-0 lead. At Craigieburn. There's a reason they're in this final. I don't think they've lost a game in the VUC bracket.
How do you think they need to respond?
The difference is heads of state are getting Ds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not that they're doing anything wrong. It's just that they've got to understand that, throws that were open on Saturday when against maybe some lesser opposition are getting contested now.
Yep.
So, where you were winning a foot race out of the stack, now you need to actually develop a cut, needs to have a directional change, needs to have a jinx. So, it's probably just, and they would train that, right? They'd be doing that at training, but you mentioned it in the earlier game. Sometimes, against the easier opposition, you just do what's easy. Yeah, they're not getting the easy stuff anymore. So it's getting back into that mindset of proper cuts.
Yeah, they had some great structures in the previous game. Carnage aren't making easy. Look, great pressure from Carnage.
Yeah. But he did well there. He recognised he was getting face marks, so just stayed still and allowed the thrower to pick the space to throw into. This is Liam Smith. Smith gets the big one around and a big bid, but this one okay. My man Dinkelberg moves it up. Brown now. Sees something he likes long. Cowan marking him.
Good grab.
Smith, and we've got a few things going on. There's a chat on the mark. There's also some contact in the stack. And it's Tom Bissett that's gone down. And you just saw to that right of screen. I think Tom maybe caught a cleat. I reckon he did. Just a shoe to the ankle. And so he's going to take one. Graham coming on. Brown goes up the line.
Nice grab.
Graham. To Dinkelberg.
Oh.
Just out of reach.
They're looking for that
And
long
Jake
option.
Williams, yeah. So it's going to be Knee and Cowan to handle. Knee gets a nice around flat backhand. But this time Alex pushing it too far on the around. Can't connect with Williams. Yeah. Tough shot to squeeze out. So it'll be Liam Nickel with. Nickel puts one up for Vulcan, and that's coming into the commentary box. Lochnan.
Great defensive work there.
No, he read it well, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Cowan with the disc. Fresh off his ski trip. Gets it out nicely. The dump swing from Waller, well disciplined, then goes and gets it back. Fakes the flick, around to the backhand. Mickle.
Ooh.
Smoother, now it's in Williams' hand, former jugger player. Goes the big around to Buckner and he scores. A lovely around backhand break. Generated very much from the handling of Williams, knee, Cow and Waller.
Yeah, they moved that disc from side to side so nicely. Pelicans could have, there were a few
half a
close,
look,
close bids for Pelicans. I don't think they quite realised how close they were.
Yeah, and a defensive breakdown left Markman up the back. And some creative language encouraging the Craigieburn Pelicans to lift.
And both teams from Melbourne, so both would know a lot of each other's styles of play. And
yeah, well, there's certainly some crossover.
Yep.
A lot of these players been around for a while. So like, what's his name? One that looks like Cupcake.
Waller.
Chris Waller, thank you. He's definitely. I mean, he's done years at Ellipsis. I'm pretty sure he's played a year or two at Chile, and I think started at Heads of State. So back where he started. But he's certainly not the only one. Bunch of players on Craigieburn have played across both the big teams. And there's a shout out for Fish on the chat. I'm not sure who Fish is. Do we know who Fish is?
No.
But he's getting a lot of support from Austria. I won't read the rest of it.
Nice.
It's 5 a.m. in Austria, and I dare say I don't think they've woken up early, judging by some of that post. I think they're maybe still out having a good time.
Okay, nice.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, there's one of two ways you see 5 a.m. Daisy. And that was a nice pull. That one rolling out, so they'll take it from the front cone. So no let up for the Pelicans. As we see Chris Waller, one of the nomadic players on the Ultimate Frisbee scene, as well as our excellent ulti.TV volunteers. So, Pelicans, what can they do? Gauntlet has been thrown down. Nice initial cut.
Oh, that was a nice throw.
Nice gainer, that one's in.
To go.
Another strong up the line. This one also in. Tommy Bissett. Goes with the lefty backy to Elvis Koo. Elvis straight off. Better flow now from Craigieburn. Looks like Moriarty. This one catching a little bit of air, but makes it. That's Nick's naughty, I believe. The dump's got out of position, so it means that they're going to have to go with a crossfield hammer over the stack, and it works. And that hat attempts to get launched from Ambrose Forsyth.
Really nice movement from Pelicans.
Cullen was more open than he expected to be, had to stop. Winds up the big backhand instead, goes to the front of the stack to Hallisar. Gets the give go. That's an excellent cut from Geordie.
Lovely.
Has it, holsters it well. That's the right call. Instead goes to Knee. Knee sees two going. Wants the hammer instead. Engages the dump. That's Jordan. Nice flat throw. Jordan getting it up the line. Carnage with a chance to go to 6-0 if they can be disciplined here. They get it off. Dan Cullen had the break shot if he wanted. Instead goes open side, and that's a goal. And that's a heartbreaker for Craigieburn.
Yeah.
Ambrose Forsyth in one breath had the goal bobbled out of his hands, and in the next breath he's getting scored on. So that's a tough point. Craigieburn doing so much right up until the last breath.
Yep.
But also I would say a little bit of luck. Firstly, there.
That grab, that pickup was great.
And then the hammer that preceded it.
And then the hammer, which was another great grab. And then just at the end.
And that was the last time that we saw Ambrose Forsyth's visor. Promptly getting launched after that.
Halisay did a lot of great running up the field, up the sideline there.
And a lot of good discipline. Took a couple up the lines where you do have what's called power position. You've got the shot to throw unmarked downfield. But instead, didn't see the perfect option, decided to cycle, and that's really good discipline.
Yes, completely agree. Is that a timeout or half? What are we up? Timeout.
So we'll take a short break and be back with the final action of the first half after this.
Mic check.
I guess cricketers are built a little bit different. We're not ripped, we don't have six packs, we don't throw punches, and there are no beef tests here. But we do spend a lot of time in the sun, sometimes with an angry bloke throwing leather rocks at us. Staying focused and hydrated is critical. Super Boost helps keep me on top of my game without all the sugar of the other sports drinks. It's got double the electrolytes, low sugar, natural colours and flavours. It's a sports drink created by athletes like me.
And welcome back out of the timeout. Melbourne Carnage having it all their own way thus far. 6-0 lead in the VUC final, and Jordan Halliser, beg your pardon, a force both sides of the disc. Nice pull.
Yeah, really nice.
Craigieburn. Oh, bit of activity, bit of a collision downfield. Everyone's okay. They play on.
Nice from
My man, Dinkleberry. Police Academy 7. Got a Police Academy name.
It's one long, yes.
Here we go.
Yes. Lovely. Just out. Looking for some options in the end zone. Good patience.
There
Lovely.
we are. My man, the Dink,
Lovely patience there.
with the flowing locks. Hey, Dinkleberry.
I don't think the score is quite reflective of the play. Like
Dinkleberg.
how-
Pardon. But yes,
I
you're
think,
right.
Pelicans, though, they've just had a lot of really close chances.
It was a matter of time, Days. They've had some bad luck from time to time. It's bound to change.
Lovely long look from Gaz as well.
And we see Bo Brown to Dinkelberg.
The Pelicans have their yellow strip on.
So can Craigieburn build a little bit of momentum? You ever been to Craigieburn?
I'm sure I have, but not
Adelaide,
for a while.
We've talked about Tasmania.
Yeah, I know.
We've talked about Bendigo. We've talked about Shepparton. But Craigieburn. Never been to Craigieburn?
I'm sure I have. A while ago.
You don't remember it?
I might need to go again. Have you been out to Craigieburn?
Love Craigieburn.
Yeah.
Big fan. All right, so we'll get to see Melbourne Carnage's offense line. Chris Waller has Cowan back.
Oh, nice break through the
Goes
cup
Varkner.
there.
There's a little bit of air under this.
Go, go,
Mick
go,
will have
go.
2 bites at it. He gets
Yes.
the second one. David Knight, long-time veteran of Heads Estate. Goes
nice
with the scuba doober
pull-ups.
over the top to Bucknan. And Jared Cowan, if you can believe it, breaks out of a jog into a canter to catch his goal. And that will be half, 7-1.
Carnage playing really well. Like you said, nice little pops over the cup or through the cup to break Pelicans' defense.
So the Pelicans a bit shell-shocked. Not doing much wrong, but Heads Estate, Melbourne Carnage's defense probably the difference with some of these bids. Just some experience, but the next half's a fresh half. Still plenty of time for Craigieburn to start getting on the board, get a bit of pressure back into this game. Put some time into that man, number 3. So we'll take a short break and be back with all the second half action of the VUC Ultimate Final right after this.
Hey guys, Katie Brennan here from the Richmond Footy Club. On hot days like this in the off-season, it's so important to prepare yourself right to start the day. I like to start with a healthy breakfast. It's always eggs on toast for me. And then a little work done on my business just to plan out the day and get clear on what I have to do. I train around 4 mornings a week, and today I'm focusing on a few strength and resistance exercises. Hydration is super important. It's a hot day, so I'll drink a Super Boost Rapid. Grape flavour is my favourite. All the electrolytes I need and low in sugar. So a little bit of these, then some of this. Not overloading in the hot temperatures, taking in plenty of liquid. That feels better. Now off to work. Have a great day.
game didn't go well. Like, lost. I don't know, went down maybe 4 or 5 breaks.
Who's still on
7-1. Who's up in this one? Carnage.
And welcome back to the second half. Melbourne Carnage put in the hard work on D to enjoy a 7-1 lead. Shell-shocking the Craigieburn Pelicans a little bit, who are regrouping as we speak.
Yeah, as I said, the score doesn't quite reflect the play, but Pelicans just haven't quite converted their goals. And Carnage, is, as you said, played really hard defense and some really clean offense.
As we see the Craigieburn Pelicans, looks like they're supported by Yayas. And the Melbourne Juggernaut boys just enjoying a frosty one, cheering on their team. Consume responsibly. So yeah, Yayas. You ever been to Yayas? I could see you hitting up yet. No?
I don't think I have. Have you?
Oh, I used to play music. I used to play in a band.
Really?
I played gigs at Yayas. Oh yeah, big deal.
What was your...
Powderfinger. Have you heard it? No?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, no, not them.
Not. What was your
No.
instrument? Or do you sing?
No, just did a few things, just cowbell and triangle and stuff. But no, sponsored by
Nice.
Yayas, so that's pretty fancy. But for those who don't know Craigieburn, unfamiliar, it's a satellite suburb located on the urban-rural fringe of Melbourne, ranging from the lower half of Bridgewater Road to Mount Ridley. There's a population of 65,000 in Craigieburn.
Are there Pelicans in Craigieburn? I'm
I
wondering.
think there must be.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking for notable residents. There aren't many. Not notable, more infamous residents. I won't go into it, but some interesting people from Craigieburn. They do have a train station, a couple of bus stations. And they're at the start of the Galata Tambor cycle path. There we go. That's nice. So let's see if Craigieburn can respond. Get a point on the board. Juggernaut, good run down. But Koo moves it back. Stuck a little bit deep. Bo Brown comes out. Koo goes from the break side to the open side.
Need some deep options.
Yeah, back to Brown. Getting a lot of disc Brown. I like it. He's really starting to develop his cutting. And this
Great
one.
grab. Oh.
I think so. There's caught it out of bounds, but there's also going to be just a chat about some contact, whether it was potentially a force-out foul. Contact there, you can see. So I think it will be retracted. Yep, it's going to be a turn. I think the players just having a discussion. There was no doubt contact, but also acknowledging that this may have already been out of bounds. So a nice discussion there. Dan Cullen with the disc, throws the high release lefty backhand. It's a hospital pass. It's a 3-on-1, but it works. To Hallisar. Hallisar has one go up the line. Bo comes off the front of the stack. And Bo eventually, unconventionally, gets the block. I like it. Pelicans showing a bit of ticker.
Oh, good look from Gaz. That is excellent to Ko.
Della, it's definitely Locko, you're right. Ko looks at, uncorks one, a nice big flick.
Oh, what
and they're on the board.
Oh, are they in?
What's he in? So we're going to get a look here. We might be the arbiters, Daisy. So, well, we're not going to be. They've accepted that. Let's just see.
As out, okay.
We will have a quick look. Had acres of space. Oh, he jumped out.
First foot did look like it went out. But then second foot was in.
Correct.
So it was really close. That was a good look. That was a nice piece of play.
So Cullen.
Yes, Bo!
There's two dumps go up the line. Instead comes back. Heron. Noah Carson's poached out the back. If they can get it off, someone in power position. This one does just land in. They've got two streaming deep. Hallisar trying to get people out of the way. It's a little bit more frenetic than it has been from Carnage's offense so far. It's a bit cleaner now. One cut at a time. Heron sees something he likes, throws the flick. It's a poor option.
Pelicans had that deep cover option, deep option covered that whole point. Good defense, kind of dropping back from the Pelicans.
Yeah, they read it well, didn't they? Never to their teammates' advantage that throw.
Number four. Number four was sticking at the back of the stack, make sure covering any deep threats from Carnage.
Trying to keep things entertaining for this VUC final. And a nice gainer, Bo Brown. Sees something he likes long, lets it rip. It's coming in hard, and an excellent grab
from Smith.
Craigieburn with their chance to put the second on the board.
Great pressure from Carnage. Really good match defense.
Wasn't it? Great hustling.
Yeah.
And again, that's something that Craigieburn wouldn't have been used to necessarily off long shots. You know, they're used to seeing their players streaming down, beating their player to the disc. And Hassler with a cheap turn. Nice up the line executed.
A lot of space deep.
Nickel throws to the face mark. So over to Koo. Yeah, Elvis Koo. Nicely reeled in. Up the line goes inside, beats his man.
Nice.
That's nicely done from the Pelicans.
Nice from yeah, nice work from the Pelicans.
So the Pelicans getting a well-deserved second point on the board. Not playing for pride just yet. Still can put on a run, make things interesting.
Look, it's good they're looking for the long shots and providing deep cuts because they're working.
Can you guys go away? Can you guys stand over there? Please. I don't know if I can handle it. Yeah.
So it's a little known fact that this year the AFDA actually released some media awards, and they've just released the Rising Star in AFDA media, and guess who won that? That is Daisy Medic. You've done an amazing job. I don't care what these pumpkins are saying. Right? If they want, they can pull up a mic and see how they go. You've done excellently this weekend, and I won't hear a bad word.
Thanks, Moz.
So we get the second opportunity to see Carnage's offense, and they're doing it pretty well at the moment. Jared Cowan to David Knight, rocking that old bucket hat in the Oakleys. And they've played a transition now, so they've gone to match Dinkelberg on Knight. I like that matchup. Chris Waller stacks, cuts of all stop. Rodney goes out the front.
Oh, nice
instead
foot.
to Williams, and once again Jared Cowan, cheap easy point.
That was just too good from Carnage.
What I did there is I got the person who caught it, zoomed in really close. I got the person who caught it.
Nice patience from Waller here. That breakthrough, so nice. And then a quick, easy goal. You can tell they know how each other plays. And they have trust in each other just to wait.
It's a nice inside throw,
It was
isn't it?
really
Nice
nice,
and flat.
that breakthrough.
So hard to defend, and when it comes out fast as well, their receiver often has power position. They've got to look onto the break side either. Which is why Rodney ran onto that one. And another shout out just as we wait, as we see young fans getting amongst it, bringing us presents. A big thanks to our event sponsors, the City of Greater Bendigo. Been fantastic in helping make this event a reality. And a shout out also to Super Boost as well as Ultimate Victoria. We had Simon Talbot on earlier, the TD, and also the main man in an Ultimate Victoria. We've got 40 new schools each term adding Ultimate to their PE curriculum. Just fantastic work. If you'd like to know more, go to VicFlick. Free resources, just Google that. Give you all the resources you need to start playing Ultimate at your school. It's available on the Ultimate Victoria website. And available to Gaz Line is a big throw. The cup is reeled in. Lovely huck. Smith.
Well done.
And
In.
Dinkelberg, my man. The
Nice.
big dink.
Nice response from the Pelicans.
I like it.
They're making all the long shots work. And it's really entertaining to watch.
Tommy Bissett uncorking that one. Was that Smith? I think it was. I would have loved to see Dinkelberg monster everyone, but he was playing the long game, my man. Went to go catch the goal instead. Good patience Because we've seen that kind of bring Craigieburn undone from time to time. Was that last throw into the end zone were the ones that they muffed.
Yeah, they can pull down these really difficult ones, and then it was just the short one into the end zone that might get dropped. Really nice play.
So Carnage looking to join their sister team in Phoenix in making it a double. Phoenix taking out the gold medal. Earlier today. As we see them rocking some gold medals.
Nice to see a few members of Hoss as well on the sideline cheering on.
Very nice. Enjoying this nice Bendigo weather. It's actually turned out to be a lovely day. We were a little bit worried it'd get a bit warm, but it's 32 degrees, a little bit of cloud. Not as much wind as yesterday, which means we're also able to see great long throws like Tommy Bissett's.
They've been so good.
The big dink, Dinkelberg, big pull from a big man with a big mullet.
Nice grab from Waller.
Williams. Oh, nice inside flat backhand break off the front of the stack to Volker. It's Waller now. Waller lets one go. And run in by Volkman. Stayed with it.
Carnage's movement down the field then, all their players were moving, creating space, and then what a nice put from Waller.
Oh, and jumped it in as well.
And Varknin doing a lot of running to grab that goal. Nice grab.
So Pelicans, unlikely to prevail, you'd say, in this situation, but let's not underestimate what this will do for Ultimate and Craigieburn. A seismic shift, one might say, taking out a silver medal at the Victorian Ultimate Championships. Puts Craigieburn on the map. Boston, Cincinnati, great ultimate towns, Seattle, Raleigh, and Craigieburn. Could they be next? Is this the start of something special, as they already have booked their spot to Div 2 Nats, so playing the long game?
Yeah, I've enjoyed watching their brand of frisbee today.
Let's see if they can put another one on the board. Moriarty looks to engage, dumps. It's getting a little bit tight.
Yeah, Hoss have done really well in their defence.
Nickel has the inside break, decides not to, instead goes to send one long, and this is good to my man Dinkelberg.
Yeah.
Takes it off his bootlaces, has a shot, shoots one.
Oh, just over the top.
And it was Smith who's been very busy deep himself.
Yeah, he's pulled down a few really good catches, either in the end zone or just outside. Yeah, it'll be a strong cohort going to Div 2 Nationals.
Big time.
Yeah.
Cullen looks up. A great cut from knee, and he's got
lovely.
power position, but he had to hit the deck, which meant he couldn't throw it in with that shot. Does anyway now, and that is just lace out, taking the mick. Wow. Legion Ray. And you thought when knee had to go to ground on that first shot, you could see power position there.
Yep.
But then just got up, waited for the next one. Smith wasn't sure if that was his man. And that is a nice exclamation mark on a dominant display, not only from Alex Nee, the entire Melbourne Carnage cohort.
70 minutes.
And I beg your pardon, we are going to 70. I think I said 60 earlier. We're going for a final, going to 70 minutes. Still 13. Rexy, still 13. And it will be a game to 13. So whichever one we reach first.
Yeah, like you said, the first deep option wasn't available, but then Carnage just had another one right after. So they keep providing options and it's paying off.
So Halisa. Been pulling well today overall, you'd say.
Yeah.
David Knight, another Carnage puller walking past our spot. So Dinkelberg catching the disc now, and look at him go. Look at him go. This one's going. And slapped away from Dan Cullen. Dinkelberg was hunting. They had a little bit of that belongs to Mr. Gilmore about it. Two big men, all arms and legs. And so now it looks like Carnage will be coming out of a verp, I beg your pardon. Jared Cowan with the disc, once again, just walking. Last spotted running November in Irvine, California. Gets a nice low flick out break. That's to Volknen. Back to Cowan, back to Volknen. A bit of give go off the front of the stack is good, but the back of the stack still quite stagnant. One goes now. Not acknowledged. The swing goes out, but Collier can't drag it in. This one just staying low in the wind. Liam Nicol. Oh, lovely work from Tommy Bissett. Bissett goes with an around backhand, and this one incomplete also. Fatigue in decision making, fatigue in legs starting to creep in.
Yeah, Dinkelberg has done a few long runs.
He's a big fella, he's got long legs. Not as many steps. So Alex Nee now walking the disc up. Jared Cowan in the dump. And it's straight off the first throw. Halisa. He gets power position. He goes. Volknen has the front spot, but gets picked up over the top really nicely. I believe that was O'Dwyer. It was Michael O'Dwyer, who then goes and sets the stack. Dinkelberg. Dumps it back to Biss. And Biss throws, but that's picked off by Alex Nee, who's just racking up the Ds today at will. Throws to Cowan. Last seen standing. Goes to Nee. Cowan still standing. Knee's completely poached. No one went with him. Back to Chicken. So they've given up a bit of ground here, but
they have.
Carnage haven't really adjusted the stack. Cullen does now. And a massive raking inside flick. Just goes over Volknen's head.
That was very close. That was a good look.
It was a laser. Zoop. Just out of reach. So it'll be Liam Nicol, formerly of Chile. Brings it in. you ever watch Hey Hey It's Saturday?
No.
You remember Dickie Knee? No, okay, doesn't matter. And I think there's a pick call. Heron and Nickel both give off Dickie Knee vibes. There was a character in Hey Hey It's Saturday. It was just this hat with a head full of hair out the back. I guess you had to be there, but it was funny, trust me.
I have heard of Dickie Knee, but I don't have the image.
And it's a bit of a stall niner.
Oh, great grab. Oh.
And it paid off.
Yes.
Michael O'Dwyer having a good point.
Nice from Gaz.
This is Jack Bray, back to Tommy Bissett. Bissett gives up a bit of ground, but it's safe to Bray. Bray looks for the inside. Wow, what a mark from Knee. Stopped 2 break throws in a row. Straight out of Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, great
that
grab.
That one's very close. We're going to have a great shot of it here. It's up.
I think it looked up. Oh,
no, it's
no.
down.
Just down before. Just hit the ground. I think it just hits the ground before it's picked up by the player. Yep.
Great work from Rex and the ulti.TV team. Knee gets the inside. Hallisar. Back to Knee. Goes to the other knee. Oh, this one sits up over the top. Hassler has a bit at it.
Close again for Carnage. They've had so many opportunities and they've been really close. They're not showing any signs of slowing down in this game.
Even the likes of Hallisar right at the end.
Yep.
Giving it everything. As has Tom Bissett, spiritual leader, if not the actual leader of this team. To my man Dinkelberg, goes to O'Dwyer. Has Dinkelberg, sticks a big mid out. Oh, and that one someone copped that on the sideline, wasn't watching. Got a little stinger. This one from O'Dwyer, wait for it. Bang! And we're just going to have to wait and see where this disc actually went, where it's coming in from. Cowan making Knee work for it, adding to his highlight reel, which is building by the minute in this game. Hallisar goes up the line. Cowan gets the easy dump back, throws the backhand, very safe. Goes to Knee. Knee has Cullen off that and just rips a huge break backhand to Dan.
Carnage deserved that point. They had all the opportunities and they just kept working for it. And Pelicans had a few really good looks as well. Like you said, Gaz throwing a few really good long ones.
Great grab from Knee at the start of that possession to keep it alive. Hey, geez, he's got Horror a couple of times this game.
Yeah, impressive.
And then the give-go action, him and Cowan working so well as a unit. You know, you talked about earlier about the communication of these players. And that is the time cap, so we'll go a game to 12. Watch out, here we go. A little bit of wind creeping in. For those playing at home, just a couple of wind gusts, just needing to keep the all the hardware in one place and in one piece.
Waller with the pull for Carnage.
So Waller with the disc.
Oh, that's so nice.
Jeez, that's probably the best one yet, as well as Halliser has done. That is back corner.
Is that just out?
That's
Yep.
a brick. Do you know the difference between the best pull of the game and a brick? It's about that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went out by about a metre.
It was almost... It was just
0 to 0 stuff.
Yeah, Waller and Jordan, as you said, pulling really nicely.
They've been great. So Carnage will throw their traditional zone at it. Craigieburn want to keep the highlight reel going, and Smith again has Dinkelberg. And that's the 4th goal for the Pelicans.
Smith has pulled down so many of those, and they haven't all been easy. But it's worked for the Pelicans. Long throw to Smith.
Big time. And then he's turned around and found Dinkelberg, who has pitched a little tent in the end zone, catching a few goals.
Yes. It's not over yet.
When I threw to Lewis, I was like,
It's interesting the Pelicans have gone from really structured gameplay to these longer shots,
let
which
it
aren't as
ride,
structured, and are just enjoying it.
That's the thing, once the pressure comes off, seeing that natural game style open up where they're just happy to throw a few sky balls, see what happens.
And it works.
So barring the mother of all comebacks, this might be in the final stage of this game. So I'd like to thank the ulti.TV crew for making the trek over. Very appreciative. To Rex, Katie, the other volunteers, as well as the volunteers at the tournament proper, led magnificently by the one and only Simon Talbot, and our great supporters and sponsors as well. As we see another brick.
let's go, pals.
Both sidelines very engaged right to the bitter end. I've got a question, Daisy. What's the animal sound in the background? Do we know?
Not sure.
See, when you live in Australia, you just kind of you get used to it. I think there's a crow in the background. But right now...
It is, you're right.
Yep.
There it is.
And here we go. This one's gone up.
Oh.
And O'Dwyer.
Now I can only hear the crow.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it before.
Oh, no.
You're right, you do get used to it.
Get used to it. And yes, for those overseas, yes, the crows try to kill us as well.
Gotta work here, Carnage. Gotta work here.
If you can hear the crow, you can also probably hear the colourful language, which we say sorry for. But Dinkelberg. There's a collision which will be a stoppage, unintentional contact between Williams and Bray. Doesn't affect the throw, surely. Throw goes up the line. But not even the long arms of the big dink can reel that in. It'll be David Knight picking up. He looks inside.
Oh, great.
Throws.
Great block there.
And it was blocked, wasn't it?
From Crawford.
To see, yep. There was a big touch on it,
yeah.
Yep. Game-saving touch.
Yeah, Pelicans are not, they're not stopping.
So, Tommy Bissett. What kind of fierce Mo, as is Alex Nee, Mo Bros. O'Dwyer to Dinkelberg. This flow looks better now. They're using all 3/3.
Long shot.
And this one will go. And a big D. Carnage not done, still putting in.
Great defense from Carnage, yeah.
Brown. It'll be David Knight picking it up. Carnage running a vert. Jake Williams at the front. He goes deep straight away, so you want the deep to come under. Instead, it'll be the second in the stack. But that one's another turn. Dwyer has come from nowhere, come from the clouds in this second half to impose himself on the game. And with the disc now, gets called from the sideline to dump. Goes to Tommy Bissett. You want it in his hands if you're Craigieburn. But right now, all the cuts going around the inside, and there'll be a pick called. We'll see if Brad Reeves gets to keep it. No, it'll go back. So I think if you're Craigieburn, you just need to see some width come through here, some dumps and swings. All of them. Look how collapsed they are. You can throw a blanket over 6 of them.
For sure. And that's when you get picks and congestion.
Waller and Bissett. It looks like it's coming in 4-ish. 4 or 5. So Biss does the right thing, dumps it off. They look at the swing. Biss goes dancing. Gets face marked, so can get it put into space, but they're bobbled and turned, and it'll be Waller.
Waller's looking long.
He's got one, and that'll be way too far. As soon as he threw that, everyone on his team on the field and on the sideline knew that was gone. Probably just a little bit keen and eager to finish this game.
Yep. Yeah, it won't be easy for Carnage to finish this game. Pelicans are making sure of that.
And this one will go. Biss goes to my man O'Dwyer. Has the sit, pulls it down, and he's fouled. And I don't think there'll be much contest from Knight. Dave Knight, been playing for about 25 years, so that body on its last legs. Just a bit slow to get up. Had a good piece of it. Yeah, he did, so. Yeah, accepted foul. Thank you. Can teach an old dog new tricks, Stacey. So I'll take it from the front, Will O'Dwyer. Has his man Dinkelberg.
Yes.
Just needs to be calm. Is Biss, Tom Bissett. Throws around wide. That's nice to Bray. And there, when they use the
well done, Pelicans.
Very gentle, tender spike.
That was really patient handling.
Yeah, as soon as they were willing to open up the width and actually forget about, scoring the actual goal.
Yeah, yep.
I know it sounds counterintuitive, but that's actually what helps you do it. You know, as soon as you start getting those end zone eyes or whatever you want to call it, you're pushing options that aren't there. Instead, just throwing it around. And a nice break from Biss as well.
So Pelicans have got the last few.
Yes. Yeah.
Up to 11-5. Still a long way to 12. Imagine a comeback from 3.
That's nightmare fuel right there. If you're Carnage, I mean, it's the greatest comeback ever. The city of Craigieburn would mark tomorrow as a public holiday, you'd imagine. Ticker tape parade through the city. Just get the Philadelphia Eagles bus rebranded to a Pelican. Bring it down. Couple big magnums of sparkling wine. Get those ski goggles that all the pros have now. Champagne showers. Would be the biggest thing to happen in Craigieburn. Biggest positive thing. Yaya's getting some good free publicity as well.
Do you think Carnage are just trying to finish it quickly, or like what's happening here? Yeah,
I think, you know, again, it's whether it's a final thing or a stream thing, they're probably just thinking a little bit too much about the highlights reel and not enough about just that structure.
Because they've had really clean offense. Oh,
and another
there we
D.
go. Wow. Yeah, they've been really clean and clinical for a lot of this game.
Yeah, I think you saw Waller's huck, for example, that one.
Yeah.
Did you have 2 or 3 options under? Yeah, maybe. So Bissett, a chance to make it 6-11. Nickel, nice, dump around,
Lovely.
No swing going, and that's what you need to see. The swing now comes from Dinkelberg, who gets cut off, and because of that cut off, both players stopped. So now to be Dan Cullen, who got the good D. Settle, throws a perfect gainer to Williams. That's much better from Waller. Williams goes to Jared Cowan, seen running. You can believe that. That's what the response is from Carnage. They need Rodney to get on his bike to settle this. Count getting high.
There's a lot going on.
Knight up the front of the stack. They're a metre away. They don't need to force anything. Goes over the top. Cowan sees it. Doesn't want to throw the goal. Such is his patience. Content to dump it off. And then eventually catches the goal. And that will be your gold medalists.
Well done from Cowan. Like you said, great patience on that end point.
He was determined not to run.
Yep.
But had to, and okay.
Oh, great game.
And credit to the Pelicans. They got jumped at the start. But rallied late. They've got a lot to look forward to heading into Div 2. Daisy, the highlights for you?
I think seeing some really clean, clinical offense, and then when Pelican turned and started doing their long shots at the end, I thought that was really good as well. How about you, Moz?
I like the defensive intensity of Carnage at the start, kind of set that tone.
Yep.
And I think it jumped the Pelicans a little bit. Alex Nee in particular, and perhaps to a lesser extent Dan Cullen. They were really good at getting blocks, generating blocks in there. And I think the Pelicans will be better for it. I hope those two teams play some scrims.
Yes, before Div 2.
It's going to make both teams better for it. And ultimately, the better that they do it at Nationals, it gives better seedings for the following years. So, on behalf of myself, Daisy, well done, I should say, by the way. So for those who don't know, Daisy's first foray into commentary.
Yeah, thanks,
really
Moz.
well.
Thanks for your support.
Anytime. But on behalf of myself, Daisy, Podge, the entire ulti.TV community, the city of Greater Bendigo, we'd like to say thank you very much. Big shout out to Simon Talbot, absolute legend, star, all the volunteers. We will see you then at the next tournament. Until then, have a great time. We'll see you next time.
ulti.TV.
Go and be silly.
Be silly.
Is that ready? Ready, Daisy? Is that ready? Alright, 3. What's happening there? 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, the camera's not even pointing at you. Yeah, you gotta go this way. Good dancing, does he? Yeah. Is that you right here?
ulti.TV.
We're just watching. Just being supportive. Just doing these.
Yeah, good.
How'd you go? How's the voice? Cool. I just want a quick selfie with all the people before you run away.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
He just say the odd word here and there, does he?
Yeah. Remember I...
Dave's got to get a photo now as well.
Oh, okay, nice.
Just a quick photo.
Which way?